All right, ladies and gentlemen, another Athenian league in the right-hand corner of the map. The tournament hostess with the mostess. His name is ChronoJJ. In the left-hand corner of the map, weighing in at the exact amount of weight needed to take on ChronoJJ in this best of 3 series. His name is DerSuperSaiyajin. DerSuperSaiyajin, what does the scouter say about his power level? It's over 9,000? I don't know. ChronoJJ is currently 2,605, 2,260. Not quite there. All right, I'm sorry for the jokes. I know I'm not that funny, but I gotta try. We're working on it. Nonetheless, we're on the map watering hole, and yes, ChronoJJ is the hostess with the mostess. He is the leader of this tournament, the tournament organizer, tournament participant, and tournament all around good looking. Nonetheless, we'll see how this game's gonna turn out. Chrono does go in with his tried and true Poseidon. He has managed to get quite high in the rankings with his Poseidon by executing some very fun strats. He always is. He's a man who knows how to deliver with the old gimme games. He's a man who knows how to create from nowhere, and he has a lot of fun doing it. So we'll see how he's going to go. DerSuperSaiyajin, on the other hand, this guy is a defensive machine. He is one of the better defenders out there in Age of Mythology Retold. And he loves a good defensive game. So we'll see if he's going to stay inside that sort of shell, so to speak, or if he is going to jump out of it and try and make something else happen. As we do have the Katoskopos having a little bit of a look-see around here, trying to see some stuff. Spot some hunt around the back. Making sure he knows where to charge his town center. It's so obnoxiously good for Mr. Super Saiyajin, though. He's got a gold mine on it. He's got 3 hippo on it. And it's protected by wood. What more could you want here? He could drop a temple here, a wall here, and then he could basically just get this for free without even needing to worry at all about any random Atalanta or aggression or anything like that. However, ChronoJJ says, excuse you, Mr. Super Saiyajin. I don't know if you heard of me, but my name's ChronoJJ, and I'm going to be going Aries on this biznatch in this day and age. While not auto-queuing villagers out, I'm worried for Mr. JJ right now. I'm worried. He did just look at his town center. He did just look at it, but he did not notice. This is we're affectionately naming this the Boit, where the player advances or turns off the auto queue and then advances to the next. Ah, there he goes. He starts it. He's through. He's off to the races. Not getting housed. No idle time. But it's going to be an Aries, and it's going to be some early game shenanigans here. Now, ChronoJJ going to also drop a stable behind this. He can send that Cyclops right at this town center. We are seeing Super Saiyajin going for the early wall here. He wants this town center. He wants it for free. He doesn't want to have to deal with any sort of Cyclops shenanigans. However, a Cyclops can just knock this wall down very, very quickly. If you take a look at the actual stats on that bad boy, whereas he's wandering across the map, he does 28 crush. 20 crush per second. Walls, I've only got 5% crush, so it's basically true damage. Plus, he's doing hack damage as well. So it's no small amount. Nonetheless, we'll see how things are going to go here for JJ. He does have to also worry about, say, a Wadget or something targeting him down from the other side. It's going to be impossible to kill. As the wall now getting targeted down, and that is going to be going down very, very quickly. But the Wadget spawns on the wrong side, and JJ is going to immediately target that. He does not need to run away from that one. Yes, he's got the speedy Cyclops as the priest over here getting targeted down. Nice healing from the Pharaoh, keeping everything alive. The watchtowers to come through as well as the Wadget gets sniped. Love that attack onto that one to make sure that goes down and then just gets out of there. It does take a huge amount of damage onto the Atalanta. And now DerSuperSaiyajin needs to figure out what to do next. He's dropping barracks. He's got his watchtower up. He's got the pharaoh on top of the monument to villagers for the time being. This barracks is not in range just yet, but a good defense thus far from DerSuperSaiyajin. A better offense to kick the game off, though, from Chrono. He's got that Wadget kill. As the barracks getting targeted down, JJ could just drop Pestilence if he wants to and charge in here and just get a ridiculous amount of damage done. As the priest does not go down. And JJ to pull back. He is looking to grab himself Will of Chronos. As the temple of DerSuperSaiyajin going down as well. This is so brutal. He's got to get those priests in and involved with taking the Cyclops out. And there he goes. And that will be a dead Cyclops unless JJ can get over there and pick that one off or retreat. He pulls back for the time being. We'll see if he's actually going to be able to do much. It's now the Hippias charging in. Not too scared of that watchtower for the time being. As the spearman over here almost going down, not quite falling. Temple on this side here for DerSuperSaiyajin. Now falls. And DerSuperSaiyajin is going for a village center behind this. He is going for a village center behind this. This is so... I don't know. I don't even know. This is so risky. Another temple coming up onto the front here, but JJ can just take that out. It's not a problem. The priest coming in, slapping down the Elder Cyclops here. As those Hippias trying to get involved. Not able to quite pick anything off. Just two dead Hippias there. Good defense from DerSuperSaiyajin. Does he also have the upgrade? He does have his upgrade for the villagers. Now he goes for crenellations. Temple coming down. The problem here is gold mines are slim pickings for Super Saiyajin. Yes, there's this one in front of his base, but this is where JJ's just going to sit. There is one at the top of the map as well. As now upgrades coming through. Lord of Horses, Husbandry, Hippias, all the good stuff. And JJ is going to be going Hippias, Cyclops to move this game forward. Another Cyclops is in. Another one following across the map. He's got a huge amount of favor income and food income at the moment. That's the Cyclops. 21 HP and a dream. I've seen less HP on a myth unit getting more value than ever anything. As the Cyclops picks this up. If he will target it onto the villagers, but he runs straight into a house there. Not able to go through the house as he has to pull back. The Hippias diving on top of a priest yet again. As the Hippias back over onto the Pharaoh. Trying to make this work. Another priest pops out as the Pharaoh will end up falling. Spearman gets thrown. Still getting whacked around here as the Hippias continuously charging. And there's that damage from the auto attack. Huge with the area of effect damage. As JJ might want to just wander the Cyclops in and throw the villagers on top of each other or something there, but he's opting to simply just pull back for the time being. Huge damage from Cyclops, from ChronoJJ Cyclops thus far. Is he still making more is the big question. Answer is, of course. When they're only costing 18 favor, he's going to say, yes, let's go. Random Hippias up onto the top side, saying good day to those villagers. As the Spearman slowly going down up onto the top side here. Villagers making a break for it into the watchtower. As the obelisk gets taken out. And now JJ finally says, okay, we can actually get over here and start slapping a little bit. The villagers could turn and... Oh, never mind. He's just going to shifting sands away. Oh, one villager stays. So one little kill there for JJ as the rest of these villagers are going to move over onto the backside here, grabbing those zebra. Meanwhile, JJ now knows there's a village center. He's going to pull back. A very dangerous position to be in. Now double Wadget's out. This is scary for those Cyclops. There's now JJ under a little bit of pressure here. He picks up the Spearman. And that Cyclops goes down pretty fast if he's just going to sit there and take that damage the entire time. Another Cyclops coming in here to take this fight. Now the Spearmen are looking pretty scary. Nice run there from the Spearman as the other Cyclops going to be falling. And now JJ running out of steam, I think, with this attack. We'll need to pull out. In fact, running out of steam right at the critical moment there. Oh, the Cyclops, however. Oh. A close one. A close one, but it was not to be. As the wall gets broken down, Cyclops going after those Spearmen yet again. As the Theseus coming around onto the back here. Atalanta as well coming through here to take out those Wadgets. They are way out of position. Even though they're in the main base, there's nothing there to keep them alive. And they will all go down, but at least the Theseus will go down as well. And the Atalanta might fall here as well after the Wadget ends up falling. Going to try and get out, but will indeed meet its inevitable doom. But 3 Wadgets for 2 heroes. That's good value there. Well played from JJ to get in there, but he's still in a little bit of a difficult spot. He's behind by a handful of villagers. He does not have the right unit comp to deal with these Spearmen. Cyclops obviously will beat the Spearmen, but they also die to priests, which are coming through. And now JJ says, I know. I'll get a dock. I'll make a transport ship. I'll distract. And then we'll get the Cyclops damage onto the villagers. Yeah. What out of position is relative, right? Out of position to an army. I mean, if you're sitting underneath your town center, sure, but I mean, they weren't. They were over here. They got They got dove in onto. If the Spearmen were there, they would have been in position, right? But they were out of position because they didn't have any defenses. JJ sends his villager forward. He's got his plan. Spearmen roaming around. We will be seeing now the Hypaspist transition. The Hypaspist transition is now through, which means Spearmen are not really on the menu anymore. You can't really go into Axemen either. You want to. I mean, Axemen will beat the Hypaspist if you have enough of them out. Which maybe you can get them out at this stage in the game. But you don't really want to. You want to go in for Chariot Archers if you can get to them. There's a little bit of damage onto these Spearmen as they're going to be charging around ChronoJJ's base. Losing a handful of them to get this scouting information in. Now the dock is up. And a trireme. Nope, a transport ship. And a transport ship coming through. As there's nothing over here. DerSuperSaiyajin thinks he is completely safe. He's going Heroic Age. As the Hypaspists will clean up these Spearmen. They're staying a little bit too long over here as the wall will end up going up. But these Spearmen running around, sniping a villager with their last little bit of breath here. This is totally fine for JJ, though. He's going to be happily taking those Spearmen kills. As the transport ship is now out. And JJ needs to make this move happen. He needs kills. He needs villager kills now. Absolutely now. Yesterday even. Checking into DerSuperSaiyajin's line of sight. Villagers moving. And he spots it immediately. He spots it immediately. The Cyclops picks up one villager. Will he be able to hit anything? He does hit it! Huge damage, but the villager's mostly staying alive. He needed a second little hit there. As JJ says, out of the transport ship we go. I will pick up my Hippias. I will run. Happy days. Priest coming over here to heal up all those villagers back to full HP. But back to a 10 villager deficit right now. As JJ says, it's time to duel. He has 9 Apaspists in this fight. He has the Cyclops as well. And he hits those spearmen for 6 there as they're all down to next to dead. Over onto the villagers here again, charging through. The spearman will die incredibly quickly here. As JJ will be able to start his gold staff. He is walled off the top. He's picked off the entirety of the army. There's 372 gold in the bank for DerSuperSaiyajin. More Cyclops coming through. JJ could lock off the entirety of this position. However, DerSuperSaiyajin is no slouch. He says, I see your walls, and I raise you a rock. And JJ, he shouldn't be blind to this. This is the oldest trick in the book, and the only thing older than the book is the man who wrote it himself, ChronoJJ. He's seen it all. But the question is, in his old age, does he remember what he wrote in said book? Villagers onto the top gold mine. And a Migdol stronghold to come up. There is still Pestilence. Pestilence is still available. And JJ, he's seen the gold mine and he knows. He's sending the Hippias to the top side here. Wait, is he? Yes, he's checking everything on the way over there. He's got it all queued up, running into the main base here. You don't need to overdo it. The villages are very close. The village differential is very, very close. Bronze is going to be on the way. Dionysus is coming through. More Cyclops coming in. A Pacifist 2. And the Hippias spots the Migdol stronghold. He goes, how did you get over here? Where'd the rock go? Where did the rock go? Hello? Hello, Monsieur Rock. You still here? Nope. Oh, it's over here. More villagers to come up to a different spot, maybe? He could go for this gold mine, because why not? As there's the heroic age. The Cyclops making their way up to the top side. Another Migdol stronghold to come through. However, this doesn't matter. Ares, Pestilence. He can just walk up there, click bronze, and he's good to go. Stone walls also in there for ChronoJJ. He's going to be able to catch out those camel riders on the opposite side here. The Pacifist can go after the medium spearman. He picks up one spearman, throws it directly on top of the bunch as they all go down to half HP. Heavier Pacifist is now through as well. Infantry is now through as well. The villagers sitting inside of that rock, not sure what to do. As JJ charges forward, the priest will be dying to those Apaspists relatively quickly. As he moves up to the top side here, Pestilence looming, surely. Maybe JJ says, I don't need it. But he should be thinking about it as the rest of these units starting to make their way up. Walls coming up all over this place. But the spearmen have been disallowed for the time being. The walls might go down after this. As some camel riders swinging around onto the side here. One Elder Cyclops picks up. He doesn't throw it at the rest of those camel riders, though, as the villagers diving into the Migdol stronghold. The rock with 16 villagers flying over here, but it's too full. The village, how many can you fit? You can only fit 20. He pops out of the rock. All the villagers pop out of the rock and they're all going to fall here to one swing of the club. And now the villager differential is 53 to 60. ChronoJJ takes the lead. The Migdol stronghold has 7 villages inside of it. The rock falls. The villagers make it a break for it. JJ not paying attention. They will get through here. No, he is paying attention. The hippie is saying, excuse you, who said you were allowed to leave? You went for the gold mine. That was your death sentence. As the Migdol stronghold there falls. JJ continuing his rampage. A fortress in the center of the map. Rain coming through for Super Saiyajin. Coming back over onto his gold mine. He's at 103 population. But he is going Osiris. Now JJ, will he make the same mistake again? Will he send a villager up here? Oh, the crocodiles! The crocodiles are too fierce. He's got to send something up here. Some stables or something around that gold mine is sort of what you need. Meanwhile, Super Saiyajin, does he see this gold mine? He doesn't see it. However, if he really thinks about it, he's got to know that there's 2 gold mines on ChronoJJ's side. So he knows there has to be one over there. He could risk it for the biscuit and get down there and grab that gold mine and see how things are going to go. Meanwhile, JJ's army is looking absolutely disgusting. And he's got bronze to boot. He can literally walk in here and say, good night, Super Saiyajin. Your base is dead. My army is too strong. But the longer he waits here, he's going Artemis. The longer he waits here, the closer to Son of Osiris, the closer to a very, very hard counter for those Cyclops comes. There's a camel rider falling. And Super Saiyajin, he is behind, but by how much is the big question. Because ChronoJJ is losing about 6 villagers on going to the Mythic Age right now. As Pestilence gets dropped into the main base. Is this going to be the game-winning push? With Son of Osiris coming through. Bronze gets dropped. Where is the Pharaoh? The Pharaoh is in. Son of Osiris dropping in to the town center. Out of the town center. Locusting over everything. 161 population is too much for DerSuperSaiyajin to deal with his Son of Osiris and says, I'm out of here. Let's go game number 2. ChronoJJ's Ares shenanigans proving too much for the Saiyajin Meister. A well-played game for ChronoJJ. We will move into the next game momentarily here. Hope you guys are having a fantastic time. ChronoJJ gets win number 1. Let's see if he can find win number 2. Now he no longer can use his Poseidon. Alrighty, game number 2 for the Athenian League group stages. Here ChronoJJ now spawns in with Zeus. He can no longer pick his tried and true Poseidon. Instead has to pick his gold orb holding, staff wielding Zeus. On the other side here, Super Saiyajin decides, you know what? I'm going to go with Odin. Why? I don't know why. I don't know why he's going with Odin. Odin is a god to pick, that's for sure. But in my experience with DerSuperSaiyajin, he is a Hades main. He plays some other gods fairly decently, like the Chinese gods, from memory, plays pretty well. I haven't seen his Norse. That being said, I have not seen ChronoJJ's Zeus either. Zeus is the tricky god to play at the moment, I think. Do you go for Hermes here and make Centaur Hoplite? Do you go for Athena here and go for some sort of Minotaur Hoplite Toxotes? Do you open Hippias potentially to get some early game pressure on and then transition away from them once the going gets too tough? Lots of options. I'm interested in what Chrono's going to go for. He is a man who does not follow your meta. He makes his own meta. For those of you who don't know, this guy is the founder, literally the founder of the Ra 2 Town Center Fast Farm strategy from Legacy. He was the first player to do it. He got rank 1 with it, showing everyone how good he is at the game. So he is a meta setter, not a meta follower. He is the meta. But we'll see what he's going to be going for in this game as he gears up to advance relatively soon here. It's looking like it's going to be a pretty quick advance right now. Now, there's the hard part about playing on a map like this and going for a fast advance, and he does pick Hermes. I'm really hoping it's going to be Hoplite Center. I think that's the challenging thing for Odin to deal with. But nonetheless, the hard thing about advancing fast on a map like this is, let's take a look at the main base of Super Saiyajin. You're not hitting this hunt. Oh, Dwarf, what are you doing? You're not hitting this hunt in here. He's going to be underneath this town center. You might hit his gold mine. You might hit his wood line, but he's got the back wood line here as well. He can defend this all up. This is the only spot you're really going to be hitting. So DerSuperSaiyajin just needs to plant some Herso here, and he's going to be completely fine early game. But we'll see if JJ can do JJ things. He does have 4 villagers on wood, which sort of indicates to me that he's going to be going for some sort of a classical fight, but without Centaur. Maybe delayed Centaur or something like that. As he gets himself the Heracles out. And it's going to be a stable. JJ is going for Poseidon style with Zeus. It's Zeus-Idon, exactly. Zeusidon. Alrighty. Okay, I don't mind the one stable, but I think you have to transition away from this pretty quickly. Meanwhile, DerSuperSaiyajin, he is out and about. He is looking for action. He says, get me in. Let me hit something. Meanwhile, over here, we've got the Great Hall going up with 1 Herser. That's going to take some time. As JJ's villagers about to be under threat for the first significant time in this series. Gets 1 into the tower. And the rest here are just going to pull back into the main base before moving back over onto the gold mine. Over onto this side. Dwarves getting shot down. There's the Centaur hanging out on this spot. He can sit here and just keep on keeping on this spot until any other Herser come over and say, get out of here. But nonetheless, more Hippias starting to mount up here. The Valkyrie coming through. That can just get bolted out of existence if JJ wants. So Valkyrie getting a little bit of damage onto the Centaur. You don't want that. There's so much value there. And he's going to lose the Centaur. Why not bolt it? Just bolt it, JJ. It's not worth it. So the Valkyrie does end up going down. Trading for 1 Centaur. Is it going down? Yeah, it does go down. Trading for 1 Centaur. That's kind of good value in a way for Super Saiyajin, because normally it just gets bolted and you get nothing for it. But then again, JJ still has his own bolt remaining. As he's trying to put some early game pressure onto Super Saiyajin. But at the moment, who's got the stronger army? I think the stronger army is probably in DerSuperSaiyajin's hands for the time being. JJ turns, wants to take a fight. Forest Fire is available here and he will drop it. But Chrono says, no worries. Open your base up. That's what I wanted. I will come back in 20 seconds when the Forest Fire is over. and then we'll tango. A Super Saiyajin swinging over onto the left side. Gonna now look for some raids as the walls are starting to come out. More centaurs are on the way now for JJ. Macroing up a storm. Nearly perfect macro, though he is out of food. And this is also a scary moment when you're playing as Zeus in this matchup. Is when you run out of food, can you get over onto this? Not really. As the Hippias charging in on the backside. A couple of raiding cavalry here. Decides to turn. Take a little bit of a fight here. Taking some damage from the town center, but does get out. But unlike Poseidon, Zeus doesn't have that HP regen tech. So you can't just run in willy-nilly like that without taking some serious damage. Meanwhile, raiding cavalry coming back over here, checking the giraffes out. And armory now coming down for JJ. This makes some sense. If JJ can get to the heroic age, he'll have access to Prodromus straight away. As the wall coming up over onto this side, the villager does get caught out. No. Yeah, yes, the villager does get caught out. Gets sniped. As JJ still trying to get in onto this spot. Maybe the centaur can shoot from this position. Still a very, very close situation right now with both players have got the same amount of resources in their army. Meanwhile, over onto this side, the raiding cavalry is still causing a lot of problems here. Going to be denying the armory there. That's actually a really nice amount of damage. As the villager even coming in, getting in with it. Does he actually pick off the raiding cavalry? No. But JJ looking to try and cut him off at the pass, as they say. There's one raiding cavalry to fall for an incomplete armory. That's a good trade. 2, 3 raiding cavalry going down. That's what JJ needs. Little picks like that to give him some advantages moving forward. Snipes the Raven. He's got to be careful, though. DerSuperSaiyajin riding forward. As Chrono pulling into his main base. He does have a random villager here. 2 random villagers here. Turns. Uses the special attack. Taking the fight for the time being. Not what he needs as Super Saiyajin continues to charge forward. But he has to retreat back at that point because he's going to have to run into a town center, and that's not going to be a very good fight for him. As JJ yet again needing to pull his units back. As DerSuperSaiyajin poking, prodding, and then pulling as the game continues along. Super Saiyajin is playing very, very safe with it. He hasn't been out on secondary hunt at all at the start of this game. He's got huge amounts of wood and gold in his reserves. JJ, on the other hand, is macroing up a storm. He is spending all of his resources, playing a great early game. And the army of JJ is about to meet the 11 dwarves. Not the 7 dwarves, the 11 dwarves. Doesn't manage to pick off all too many there as the villagers will pull back to the bottom side. Now, JJ will see one giraffe here, and he might have the inkling of what's going on. JJ paying very good attention over here with his own villagers. He can actually turn and just fight that with those, with the Hippias there as well. No problems. Villagers on this side also have gotten spotted as the centaur getting even more damage onto those raiding cavalry as they're pulling back home. Meanwhile, DerSuperSaiyajin says the coast must be clear, right? JJ says, no, it's not clear. I'm here and your villagers are dead. There's a hefty amount of damage coming through, but now JJ's out of position. His centaur taking a huge amount of damage. He loses 1. He loses 2. No. Yes. Yes, he loses 2 centaur for that. And a Hippias. Not exactly worth it for JJ. Now he's going to be making a move onto the right side here, going after these villagers as well. Coming now over onto the giraffe. As he does catch a couple of raiding cavalry out there. But while that's going on, JJ's now hitting the Woodville line here as well. Super Saiyajin not paying attention to this one. The wall's attempting to come up over there. He loses only a couple of villages as these ones run to safety for the time being. Dwarves moving to the bottom side there as JJ trying to get around onto the bottom. Kind of getting caught out. He's going to lose more centaur here. He picks the 3 villages off, but loses a centaur for it. Meanwhile, over onto this side, Super Saiyajin continuing to chase JJ away. The military difference is still really, really close, but JJ is pulling ahead in terms of villages for the time being, but that can change in an instant. As the front line of Hippias, more coming through, allowing those centaur to get more damage in. That special attack just does so much damage, and Super Saiyajin is just face tanking it. As JJ gets out, does lose another Hippias, but gets out with those units. But while that happens, he takes out raiding cavalry in the other party. And JJ to throw up some farms. I don't think he needs to. He's got so much food over here that he should just be eating. You don't want to throw farms down at all if you can help it. Now, where to next for the gold mine? This gold mine and wall off over here makes some sense. This gold mine and wall off over here, that's a possibility too. Raiding cavalry numbers creeping up here as JJ pulling back up to the top. Meanwhile, watchtowers, Olympian parentage, survival equipment also coming through for JJ. All important upgrades. As does JJ know this? He's got a sixth sense. He's got a sixth sense indeed. He is coming in onto the back line of this wood line. He sees them and he says, "Hello there, sailor." The villager's pulling, but he's actually missed the villagers there as the Hersa are in, and now JJ kind of caught out with these units, moving at 6.1 speed. Does these move at 6.1 speed as well? He will be able to pull out. And now JJ moving in with more units onto the top side. Swinging around the side, trying to get in onto those villages, but not quite able to. At the moment, the raiding cavalry do have the speed advantage. He pulls around. But really, you only get one Hippias here, as the rest are just going to creep away while you're trying to snipe this one. Meanwhile, JJ coming in with his other raiding group. So raiding cavalry are here to defend. Is this a winnable fight for JJ, though? I don't think so. He picks off a couple of raiding cavalry before pulling out. And I think JJ at this point is just trying to do a little bit too much. Going heroic age, raiding with 2 control groups, with the slower units. We'll see what he can do. He's going to be going up through Dionysus. No surprises there. He wants Prodromus. He wants heroes. He does have a ceasefire as well. At the moment Super Saiyajin leaves his base, these units will come back in and say, "G'day, let's tango." As JJ sees the army coming through yet again, villagers. A villager gets spotted. There's a bolt there onto one Valkyrie. He's up to the top side here. DerSuperSaiyajin. Spider senses tingling, but they are the budget spider senses. Nothing up there. Going to be sneaking around the backside here. Does JJ see this? He does have a lot of vision here. He's got that signal fires tech, so he sees everything. But will he be able to actually notice the raiding cavalry coming around here or not is the big question. Idle villagers on the giraffe, on the remnants of the giraffe. This is the raid which Super Saiyajin needs. But villagers high-five the raiding cavalry. Super Saiyajin wants the gold villagers. The Hippias coming through. There's the heroic age in. And ceasefire gets dropped. JJ's got 4 stables, 1,200 food, 600 gold, and all of the favor he needs to get these upgrades. And then immediately, he will be saying, all right, it's counter unit time. I've got the Prodromus. Let's go. Oh, I love this here from Super Saiyajin. He blocks the wall off, but this wall, you can kind of just around it. It's not that big of a deal. You want to make that wall just that little bit longer. A full one. That makes life very tricky for your opponent. Nonetheless, Njord on the way. The game incredibly tense at this moment. JJ to get some more units out. Super Saiyajin needs units not named raiding cavalry to deal with these Prodromus. They're going to be coming through. JJ out of food at the moment though. He has to push forward and grab these elephant. As the villager goes down. And he will grab the elephant. So that's going to work out for him. JJ slowly but surely making some ground here. And bronze to get dropped down. Super Saiyajin can just run. There are villagers on this point though. So this is economic damage as well as military damage on the retreat. As villagers falling. JJ on the warpath in a fantastic position to get some serious damage done. The Herso here, however, getting damage done as well. There is a heroic age now in for DerSuperSaiyajin. He's taken the fight through bronze without the counter units for those Prodromus. Will he be able to win this fight? And if he does win a fight, does it matter? As the Hydra with several heads to come through. Military difference is still equal, but can JJ actually win this fight now? He does have 3 heroes out. They have their upgrade as well. So getting bonus HP or extra HP on them as the Jason going to town on these Valkyrie. More Prodromus coming in. However, now there are Herdmen. Finally Herdmen. But does it matter? The numbers for JJ looking very, very good. This fight, incredibly messy. As the Jason was killing off a shield, Melden Valkyrie decides, no, I want to go elsewhere. He does still have 3 heroes remaining, down to 2 heroes remaining. Is that Odysseus getting huge value here, but needs to be attacking the Valkyrie. As the fight still rages on, still incredibly close here. The villager differential is so favoring JJ at the moment though. But he does need to move into some sort of infantry here. If he wants to deal with the mass herdmen from coming out, but it's looking like after all is said and done, the Valkyrie numbers have been quashed. But Super Saiyajin managing to continue to fight along here, getting himself out, the Goatee, to deal with these Centaur that are still getting trained. And JJ continuing to try and force this fight. As the Valkyrie goes down, Jarls now coming through. These are great Jarls. And do they have Ringgiver as well? They don't have Ringgiver just yet. But they will be able to grab it. And JJ has to pull back. A couple more Hippias going down over here. The difference is it's so close, but I have this feeling that JJ is just going to refuse to move away from cavalry in this game. He needs to. The ultimate counter to Herdman, Jarl, raiding cavalry, all of this is going to be hoplites. But maybe he doesn't need to. as the dwarves making their way over onto the gold mine. Guard towers and crenellations coming through for JJ now, just to protect that main base as well as he possibly can. Another watchtower for these farms so he doesn't get raided in the main base. Great awareness. More stables coming down. As JJ says, the cavalry have been working for me thus far. Why would I stop going through what is working for me? There's nearly a 20 villager lead. Heracles gets deleted and reborn. As JJ moving up to the top side, trying to see what's going on. Look at this army. 6 herdmen. That's not going to cut it. 1 herdman basically beats 1 Hippias. There's so many Hippias here. As JJ says, well, I made the effort into defending my own main base. You didn't do that yet. Watchtowers, no Kren. Let me charge in there. Let me say g'day. Cheeky little Raven coming into potentially the main base here. Get some damage done. JJ's got a whole bunch of idle units inside of this town center, though. He's got to get that sorted out. He's got idle villages everywhere, actually. Maybe the villager differential is not as crazy different as you might think. Meanwhile, JJ searching for more villages. Everything is on the left side of the map. He doesn't need to do this. He needs to grab out a Pegasus. Like, you don't have to go blindly raiding. This is so 2004, JJ. Oh, there we go. There's the Pegasus. Oh, he didn't even buy the tech. You don't have to go blindly searching. You can just kind of, you know... You can just kind of enjoy yourself. Scout, know where your opponent is. Nonetheless, Walking Woods comes through. Hephaestus is on the way. There's a huge amount of units to come through now. The ChronoJJ to defend this position underneath the fortress, as well as the cavalry swing around the back here, sniping unit after unit after unit. And DerSuperSaiyajin does not have what it takes in this game to beat the Zeus Odin of ChronoJJ, as ChronoJJ takes the series 2-0. However, it is a best of 3 where all 3 games must be played. So we'll move into a game 3 and see if DerSuperSaiyajin can get a consolation prize, or if JJ will continue his dominance. Let's get into it. Game number 3 on everyone's favorite. Land unknown. The most, not land unknown, the unknown. Left-hand corner of the map is ChronoJJ. He has taken the series win, but will he be able to take it 3-0? Or will it be 2-1? Can DerSuperSaiyajin save some face? Oh no. He just got trolled. Oh dear. Oh no. Oh no. He sees fish. Oh no. ChronoJJ hasn't seen any water, any fish just yet. He sees the wood line. This is hilarious. He's gonna build it. Oh no, he's building a fishing ship. Oh no. Oh no. But JJ hasn't seen the fish yet. He's got no idea. He's coming over onto this side. Oh, wait. Hang on. They both have fish in their starting line of sight, no? Yeah, they both have fish in their starting line of sight. All right. Yeah, no, this is just... Both of these guys are just terrible. I say that in the most loving way I possibly can. I say that in the most loving way I possibly can. They literally have... It literally shows you where the fish are. Oh, God. That's so funny. Okay, this is the unknown. All right, I don't know. I'm just having fun. All right, I love these guys. These are two of my favorites. But this is funny. And now JJ is coming up. He doesn't waste the resources on this dock, but he is going to be going for a dock now. He's going to start his own fish boom out. And by the time DerSuperSaiyajin gets his first dock up, he's still got it up faster than ChronoJJ. Uther the Lightbringer asks, is this just a custom game or is this an actual game mode we can play on? This is a game mode you can play online, yes, but it is through the custom games interface. You have to pick host and then select the map The Unknown. So if you, yeah, it's a map. It's an official map. I don't know what else you want me to say, but anyways, that's my. I think that's what we got. Yes, you can play this map online with many people, up to 12 people, I believe. But nonetheless, Chio on the way for JJ. JJ may, I could be wrong here. I think ChronoJJ did this on purpose. He's doing fast advance and then fishing ships. This is so 2004. It wasn't even done in 2004. This is like Age of Empires 2 shenanigans here. You advance quick, you put pressure onto your opponent with units, and you're getting fishing ships behind the age up. That's not the fastest of advances anyways. But anyways, we are going to be seeing the Yatsa charging in. Going to be looking for some kills here. Super Saiyajin's barely got any fishing ships out at the moment. Starting to move over onto this wood line, but the wood lines are Garbo. As a villager getting sniped. One villager down. JJ charging in as the pioneer loses his life and shoots himself up like the arrow in his quiver to the heavens, to the Chinese heavens. JJ comes in, gets another little bit of an attack onto the villager, and that will be 2 villager snipes here in the early game for Mr. ChronoJJ. Another Yatsa entering the battlefield. And JJ says, all right, time to pull back. Is he getting more fishing ships out? Yes, he is. The Super Saiyajin is up to 9-ish, 8. There's the Yatsa for ChronoJJ. Circling around. You have to keep in mind, yes, this is villages in front, but this is also Qualfu, 2 Qualfu, which is +1 each. So really, this is only +1 villager. But also, DerSuperSaiyajin's got a fishing ship lead. A small fishing ship lead. 7 to 10. As the Dao are in. The Dao are saying, let's fight Mr. Doc. Oh God. Oh dear. Oh God. I don't know if JJ knows about shift. Q and holding shift sends both the units. It's JJ doing a little bit of a ring around the rosy before diving in onto the Minotaur. as it looks like the Minotaur is going to fall. The Dow will be able to beat those heroes, and he can return back over onto the dock. As there is a military academy out. Still no archery range just yet. There's a military camp. Machine workshop on the way. There's just so much fish here. Are these idle? No. JJ is going to continue pumping these fishing ships out slowly. Meanwhile, on the other side, though, DerSuperSaiyajin's still got a couple more to go, but he's going to be losing his dock. There is another dock up the top that's going to be there, so it's not the end of the world. And I imagine here Super Saiyajin says, if I can just get Heroic Age, we're going to be okay. Just has to get her. Oh. Well, we've come full circle here. We've got this was a bait from the beginning of the game. This was a bait and switch and bait again. Nothing in the pond. ChronoJJ to build his own dock. Probably build a transport ship after it so that he can swing off the end of the flat earth. See what's going to be happening. As a villager does get spotted here. Oh, we're going to... That is a place to place your armory. Of all the places you could possibly place an armory, this will go down in history as one of the places. Yeah, this Skylar hook, that's so true. This Skylar will appear there. There's a villager, does get sniped. And JJ wandering over here with his Dow saying, I can fight hoplites with Dow swordsman. I think he can actually. Wait. He built a fishing ship. They both built fishing ships. They both did it. I think JJ felt bad for Super Saiyajin. Is that lions? That's the nose of Sphinx. Okay. What's that one? Thorn carpet. Okay. Not the most important. Yeah, you actually, that's so true, Mr. No-Brainer. You have to ask the question, when the map designers were conceiving of this specific map design, what did they envision to have in this pond? What was their idea? What did they want that pond to serve as? As bait. Well, both of these guys got baited. Actually, there is one idea. You chop through the trees, your opponent walls off, and then you can transport ship through. Nonetheless, Rushol to come through. On the other side, there is Aphrodite on the way for DerSuperSaiyajin. Game's still pretty close here. So far, so good for Super Saiyajin. He's still got his docks. The villagers will fall. He's gotten himself 3 docks up over here now, however. As the dock's coming down for JJ, he wants to put a stop to this fishing shenanigans that are afoot here. There is also now access to Fey Beast. So if he can snipe those heroes and then drop Fey Beast on top of this army, could be over for Super Saiyajin in an instant. He's got to be so careful. Then we've got heavy warships, fish basket. JJ so wants some naval action. He's been begging for it. And he's starting it up now. A heavy Dojian to come through. And the Skylar is in his pond. The Loch Ness Monster is here. This is the rivers of Scotland. And old mate Lockie, old mate Nessie is in. Wait, who wins? The dock or the Skylar? One-headed Skylar or a dock? Surely the Skylar wins that, right? Nonetheless, units coming around on the back. Lightning weapons gets dropped. And now you want to drop Fey Beasts so that he can't run away from you. But JJ doesn't go for that. He's happy enough to take the win. There's an Immune line over here. Almost going down. One more shot. Nope. 41 HP in a dream. Is JJ going to pull back? He's getting himself his upgrades. Gilded Shield and Divine Judgment. He's out of favor. He's been spending that favor very, very nicely on Quailfield, it looks like. Look at all those Quailfields. He's got 7. An insane amount. And in the end here, the sky looks like it's going to be coming out on top. It's ChronoJJ looking for a different position to attack right now. There's a whole bunch of heavy Dojian. They're in. Walls coming through here for Chrono for some reason. He gets a huge amount of damage onto the economy of Super Saiyajin. But these are heavy warships. While they don't counter the Juggernaut, there's enough here to break through this, it looks like. Meanwhile, the infantry ball here of JJ, what is his plans? What are his plans? Is he swings through going to try and take out the archery range? What's the hero situation right now for DerSuperSaiyajin? Just an Ajax. I don't know if that's going to be enough. There is a restoration. There is a curse. A cheeky little dock did end up making it up here for Super Saiyajin, but without getting caught out here, they cannot be caught out because they don't have any way to make it work. He drops the Fey Beasts. Restoration to come through. And it looks like JJ going to be losing a huge amount of his army here as Super Saiyajin gets a little bit of life left in this game, but half of his units down to half HP now after that restoration ended. The game to continue along as a ballet coming through. And the Baihu on the way up to the top here. This is huge if Chrono can spot it. His spider senses have been on point this game. He sees the villagers here. Oh. He's not paying attention. He's going after the gold mine. Super Saiyajin, quick to react, spots the Baihu here. Does he notice the town center going up? He does see it. As the Baihu charging after the heroes. That's the wrong place. You don't want to be there. Don't attack the heroes. Okay, attack the heroes. You've almost killed Chiron. Okay, Chiron lived. And that's dead. Alright. Wait, did he transport ship his way out? Surely not. Wait, did I miss that? Did I miss that? No. He did? Oh, into the Daojian, maybe. Oh, that's crazy. I'm so stupid. That's even more insane. Okay, ChronoJJ the GOAT. I'm the noob commentator. I should know what I'm doing here after all these years, but I'm still trying to work it out. I thought everything died. But now a second town center on the way for DerSuperSaiyajin and Huang Di. We've got a choice for JJ. He knows he's got to get to this mythic age. He knows he's got to get these upgrades in. But there's 3 heroes out. 3 heroes in a dream for Super Saiyajin. Normally, Greek has a struggle against like Nidhogg or Yinglong, but with these heroes out, he should be okay. But Super Saiyajin is allowing this to happen. He's allowing it. He's sitting back, waiting, watching. He's probably going to be trying to get to the next stage himself. 3 talent centers. He's caught up on villager differential. He did lose all the fishing ships, so he is behind by a significant amount here. He's got 23 fishing ships to 0, so this is a 20 villager differential at the moment. And now JJ says, time for my own talent center. The question is, will ChronoJJ be able to get himself out a unit composition that is going to be able to beat Super Saiyajin's late game? Hades late game. Very potent, very powerful. One building here that JJ is missing right now is the Imperial Academy. He does not have this, which means no Wenzhong straight away, which could be Super Saiyajin's saving grace here. Normally, you want to rush that unit out because it's so good. The other thing here is that JJ is continuing to build Quaofu, which means no upgrades. No unique upgrades. Generally, you want to stop at about 5 or 6. But like 8, you're running out of that favor that you need. It's JJ looking for a little bit of a fight here. He does have the Yinglong as it flies in, ready to start getting that damage done. Snipes down those Peltasts in one foul swoop there. Restoration to come through. Yinglong going down quickly, however, to those heroes. As it's retreating away from the heroes. He's got 400 HP and a dream left. Does the rest of this army have enough? It's not looking like it does. And JJ going to have to pull back and figure out where to go next. This back build from JJ, I don't know what's going on there, but nonetheless, a juggernaut. A little bit of a raids up to the top side. And yeah, there is just no Wenzhong coming for JJ. And Super Saiyajin to pull back. He knows he's got his plenty vault coming. He's got his armory upgrades on the way. Only one. Oh, he's got 3 armories coming down as well. Up on the top here. Plenty of vault to come through momentarily, I'm sure. So there he goes. Really just need to get back to work. Upgrade. Oh, he doesn't have favor for his Forge of Olympus though. No, he queued the wrong thing. There you go. Now Forge of Olympus is on the way. We are actually seeing some Champion Tiger Cavalry coming through. It's an interesting unit. It does get sort of buffed by Leju's Silk from Huang Di. Not terrible. Which JJ comes in with the Yinglong and he says, good night to your fishing ships, young sir. Landing all of those up. He can come and raid the wood line here. This is something that would be very, very tough to defend. Fly in here, zap, zap, zap. Fly in there, zap, 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 zap. Fly it back. And those heroes would not be able to deal with it at all. As JJ still trying to figure out the unit composition he needs to deal with this. There's Chiron in hot pursuit over here. Random storehouses going down. JJ just trying to lay claim to all the map here. A couple of villagers sneaking through. Can you get a ballet or something? There's a gold mine over here. All the armor upgrades in the world for Super Saiyajin about to be in. He is looking like he is taking over in this position. Oh! But a very rare heavy Lao Chuang. Very rare to see this. Going to be taken out the town center, but there is a dot coming up on the backside there. Bring the Yinglong around to help defend, because you need to build, like, what are they called? Pentacontas, which will die very quickly. Meanwhile, the main base, however, in some trouble here. As JJ struggling to make his way through this. Third town center on the way, needs that population. We're now seeing Leju's Silk coming through. Yuan's bloodline as well, going to be queued up. Imperial Order to make the units cheaper. Coming in as well. Oop, the Carcinos is through. That's going to put an end to this little cheeky raid for the time being. As all the units diving into the town center. And Super Saiyajin continues his forward movement here, cleaning buildings up, sieges through, Heliopolis is in. Now Super Saiyajin is the man with the lead. And now we are finally seeing some units coming through. Wenzhong on the way. Peach of Immortality, Herbal Medicine coming through. He can steal the Colossus. This is a big unit to have at the moment. As he steals it, he's going to be coming through. Is it going to be enough at the moment? There's a significant lead in military cost here for DerSuperSaiyajin, as he will end up cleaning up the Colossus, but ends up losing Wenzhong after all is said and done. Now the desperation Yinglong to come back and try and deal with these heavy Petroboli. We'll be able to snipe them both, but is it too little too late? A fortress coming up onto the top here. Put a stop to this gold mine. There's villages all over the place. Another machine works shop coming up for JJ. What else can he do, though? He is a master of this sort of weird position, but I don't know if Super Saiyajin is going to allow him back into this game. Trade route getting sniped. Getting cleaned up on this spot. Getting cleaned up over here. Yinglong lives with 87 HP, but he's moving straight to his death here. As the heroes, they can't get over the stone wall. And in that moment, JJ admits defeat after a well-fought Game 3. Not able to take the series in 3 games, but does take it 2-1. Super Saiyajin gets to save some face here with a nice comeback after the hilarity of this dock with nothing in it. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I've lost it. It's been too many hours of Age of Mythology today. Well played here. I mean, ChronoJJ had this game. I think he just didn't quite know how to close it out, I guess. Things like rushing out those upgrades really quickly, getting out Wenzhong straight away, making sure he's getting siege as well. Those things really important to just break through the Hades. He played a really, really fun, strong early game. Had a huge advantage as well. If you take a look at the resource collection, huge advantage, but just could not capitalize on it. A little bit too indecisive in that last moment, and DerSuperSaiyajin does make him pay. If you guys enjoy this one, make sure you hit the follow button on Twitch. If you're on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next game.